Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to go deeper into the daily read. Wasn't a very good daily read today, was it? This is the start of the decline of the week. And what I mean by that is the daily read for tomorrow and the day after isn't that good either. I just got a card out there. So, talking about heartbreak today in the daily read, but I wasn't particularly picking up that it was in romantic relationships. Hey Donna, how are you? I wasn't picking up that particularly that it was about relationships. I mean, romantic relationships. I was picking up that it could be about friendships, or just not getting something. It could be about something not working out, that kind of thing. Hello, Crystal. So I want to get deeper into it, and hopefully I picked the positive thing out of that reading to call this about creating our luck. Hey Eva, hello Belinda. Yeah, I picked the positive out of it, so hopefully we can get a better day than the one that's kind of predicted in there. So I've picked a card out already. I was shuffling before I even started. We've got the Elixir of Life. That's a bit more positive, isn't it? Hey Robin. Oh, you've been cleaning your room out. Nice. Yeah, that was in the daily read. That kind of thing. Instead of focusing on the heartbreak and focusing on the problems and it going around and around in our heads, it's just get something done instead. Clean your room. Elixir of Life, we've got here healing, consolidation, reinvigoration, truth. A woman is leaning towards a deep red rose. She faces the flower with her eyes closed. Concentrating on the lush bloom, she's receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. The wind rustles her hair, whispers the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can help still our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. Okay. So yeah, it is about the troubles today. We can be in nature and listen. Got to distract ourselves somehow, I think, today from whatever is going on. Whatever is going on. The new cards arrived yesterday. I haven't picked them up yet. I'm going this morning straight after this to pick them up because I want to play with them. I'll be recording the Pick a Card read today. And probably, if I've got everything ready, I'll be publishing it tonight. So, I want to get the new cards and use those. But I'll need to play with them first. I can't just use them in a reading before I've played with them myself. Or maybe I can. Let's see, a botanical deck, the Romance Angels. I can't remember what the other one was. Came here to distract yourself. What are you distracting yourself from, Lisa? What the Owl Spirit? Seeing clearly now. I can see clearly now. Lorraine has gone. Not Lorraine. Lorraine. The Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. This is the heartbreak thing again. You're seeing something clearly now. Now this could be a friendship or something that's going on in your life. It could be like even a job and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm over it. You know that point where you're just like, I'm not doing this anymore. You're seeing it clearly now. You're seeing some kind of a dynamic or some kind of a thing that's not you clearly now, and it involves some kind of a breaking free. You're with your mum who's in decline. Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris. Yeah, sorry about that, Lisa. You're going through that. We've also got the Ant Spirit. Getting busy. Time to collaborate, but it's getting busy too. Ants getting busy. Do you think ants just sit around pondering things, pondering heartbreak and what they could have done? No, they don't. They go around picking stuff up, taking it back to the nest. So it's like getting busy. Jigsaw pieces there. You know, so we do ourselves such a disservice, don't we, when we get locked in our heads and our hearts and we're just ruminating over things instead of just getting into our body. That's what this card is saying too, isn't it? It's like, get into nature, get into your body, get into your senses, smell some roses, look at a rose. It's doing things instead of being in our heads. So today could be a real in your head day, and it's best to get something done instead. That's the number 1 card as well, just noticed. Get stuff done. Let's get a Wisdom of the Oracle out. It must be so difficult for Lisa. So I'm excited for the cards, for the new cards. I'm excited to get new cards, and then I ordered another 2 decks as well. So they should arrive in, I don't know, it's taking ages at the moment, 2 weeks, maybe before. Got the Yin card as well about receiving. Yeah, this action that we need to take, it really is about distracting ourselves, because we've got this receiving energy, you know, being open to better too. It's amazing, you know, when you're in that in-between, when you're in that space, especially if you've let go of something today or recently, because you've had this owl moment, seen something clearly now, and yeah, there'll be some emotions attached to it, but we don't need to dwell on that. So if you're in that, in the in-between kind of thing from letting something go, then it's not very long before things start coming in, new things start coming in. Like new energies start coming in when we hold our energy, right? So that's what I'm picking up from this, is like all you need to do is hold that energy and just get yourself busy with other things, distracted on other things that are a bit simpler in life, because we can't figure stuff out in our heads. That's what I'm getting from it anyway, from these energies. Could be different for different people, but there's a definite letting go process going on. Doing well now. Good awaits her. But she doesn't know, vibes like, oh, that's hard, yeah. Really have to focus on keeping my vibe up. Yeah, that must be tricky. Yeah, you know, I had a near-death experience when I was 20, about to be 21, and changed everything for me. Because it was a really terrible experience, but it was a really good experience. And yeah, didn't fear death anymore, because it was a very interesting experience. One of the best experiences in my life, in fact. And so I don't fear it anymore, and that really set me free. Oh, we've got the Solitude chart. We've got the Solitude card. Good day to be alone. I think tomorrow too. The energies are messed up this week. I still haven't looked at the astrology of it. I'll have to check it out. We've got the Solitude. It's a good day to spend alone. Making videos. What is today? Today I might have a breakthrough session today, and I've got one tomorrow. I'm busy at the moment. Busy. But yeah. Can spend this time alone. I want to get some of these out too. Yeah, so don't feel bad if you want to spend time alone, but then if you're spending time alone, don't do it just sitting thinking about drama and trauma and heartbreak and the things that aren't happening, as hard as it can be, because our egos want to pull us back there all the time. As hard as that can be, get busy with something instead. Two cards. Ooh. The first one out was the Mentor. So this is either talking about someone helping you or you helping someone else. See these owl's wings? I've already had the owl, right? You're seeing something clearly now. The owl's wings are over the top of. the universe, the mentor, learning from somebody. And the thread, back to running. Yeah, exercise is a good one, isn't it? For that. Get you out of your head. The thread, this is like someone giving a lift up, these together. A mentor giving you a hand up, a thread to pull up on, some kind of information that sets you free, like in readings, you know, when you get that little bit of a different perspective from a reading of what's going on, it gives clarity, and then suddenly you're set free, and it gives you this thread, this thing to get hold of that actually lifts your vibration up so you can let go of something. That could be happening today too. Could be a good day to get a reading, in fact. But yeah, if you've got a mentor that could be helping you out today, just giving you an aha, something that just lifts you out of wherever you're at. That's what I'm feeling from that. Put those over there. Back to running. I didn't get a... Let's get a tarot card out. Getting the tarot. Got the moon on the bottom of the deck there. Emotions, emotional day. It could be. But when the energies are like this, you know, we don't need to immerse ourselves in it. I'm really heavily picking up this, distract yourself as much as possible, because we don't want to get sucked into that. It's like, I don't know. A whirlpool, like if you're swimming in a lake and then suddenly a whirlpool opens up, you don't need to swim toward it, like swim away from it, distract yourself, that kind of thing. You don't need to get sucked down a hole. And with these energies, you know, there's a lot of the unaware kind of people that are just going to get sucked into it, and so people will be in big drama mode. They'll be wanting to get you into that, like, you should be scared of it kind of thing. That kind of stuff. You should feel this way. You should be fearful. You could hear a bit of that today from other people. Got the Emperor. Nice. Owning it. Hello, Horsey Ham. I'm your mentor, Eva. Cool. I like being a mentor to a lot of people. It's really nice. I like what I'm doing now on this YouTube channel. It's amazing, and it's working so well for me. I mean, to be able to do marketing for me, so it helps me, but the marketing that I'm actually doing is helping people too. It's just perfect. Win-win. The Emperor, I love this energy. I'm going to read him. I'm going to read him out because I want to know what Chris Ann thinks of the Emperor. I know what I think of the Emperor, and this energy is coming through a lot lately. The Emperor energy really is the master, really, isn't it? It's the daddy. You love my daily readings. Awesome. Horsey Ham. First time I've seen you in here. You're welcome. The Emperor, the divine masculine. Authority, power, a natural leader, structure, strategic and analytical thinking, taking action, promotion. The shadow side of this Emperor is unchecked power, being overly pragmatic and rigid, corruption, selfishness, defensiveness, a desire for control, and being stubborn. So we could be dealing with some of these energies today. This is what the emotional stuff could be about. It is a powerful card, right? Christiane. Oh, cool. Had a reading with me before. The Emperor's message is one of ambitions met and success found. Often seen as the card of the divine masculine, the Emperor brings forth a desire to build a better world, one brick at a time. Use your mind as well as your heart, and rise to power as you lead your own evolution, while becoming your own Emperor. While becoming your own Emperor means infinite possibility for your success, it also means addressing any issues you harbour around authority, control, and willpower. You may need to work your magic within the confines of the establishment, but remember that the organising principles of society are fluid over time. Remain flexible and keenly aware of your own energetic boundaries and motives. Find opportunities to be of service to others as you build your empire. Step into this fiery energy of success and rise, sweet light seer. Embody confident, compassionate leadership and exercise sovereignty over your own reality. I don't know why I couldn't say that word all of a sudden. The world is yours. I lead the circumstances in my world with confidence, harmony, and generosity. I lead the circumstances in my world. So yeah, it's very much a master kind of energy. If we get it right, if we don't slip into control. We all know the negative side of the Emperor. Yeah. We're seeing it everywhere in society, you know. We've got a whole culture that is the shadow side of the Emperor right now, and that's what's breaking apart, hopefully. And so, yeah. It's interesting that this card has come out today. Because that could be very well be it. That could be what you're seeing clearly now is power and control, and you not want to be a part of something, maybe some structure that you've had to comply with, and it's like, I can't do what I'm doing within the confines of this anymore. It's that kind of thing. So I feel like the shadow side of the Emperor could be causing the problems today, either in us or in other people or in society, and then we wake up to that. There's a bit of heartbreak involved because we've been complying with that, but we can break free of it, and action is the way to break free of it. The Emperor. Let's get some more cards out. And more coffee too. I'm loving these new cards, the unboxing that I did yesterday, the new cards in my bag, because the readings that I did yesterday, quite a few of them came out, and it's nice. There's some new ones as well. Gentle, quieted heart about travel. You got the Emperor in your personal cards today, Robin. I got them in my personal cards yesterday as well, or in a reading that I did anyway. Gentle, quieted heart and travel. Who can travel? But this could be about seeing people too. Just being peaceful about not being able to go where we want to go at the moment. Not being able to see who we want to see. That kind of thing. This isn't just about travel, like across, countries or to different countries. This is about travel. This could even be about, being in the same place as someone else. It could be just down the road. It could be a lockdown thing, but there's blocks in place for a reason at the moment. There's a bit of a reshuffle ordering going on. I was talking to a couple that are staying here, asking them how long they're staying, because this family's been here for a while now, and they said that flights just keep on being cancelled. They're trying to go back to Australia, but they can't go back to Australia. Flights are cancelled. They're going to try again this weekend, but they very much doubt it, so they're just waiting to see. But yeah, they actually got married here many, many years ago. That's why they came back. And we were just talking about this cult at the moment on this island, and the cleanup that seems to be happening. And taking it back to what it was. There's a cleanup going on in the world at the moment. Something's falling away, something's being built. Because it's not just stuff falling away. Like, I've got a couple of friends that have actually opened up businesses as well recently. And so it's not just things that are ending, there are new beginnings happening. But there's a definite cleanup of old energies going on here anyway. And I believe in the rest of the world too. So we've got to be okay, because sometimes circumstances have got to stop us in our tracks for a reason. Like, it is for a reason, but sometimes it's not about us. Sometimes we've just got to comply because the rest of the island needs to sort itself out. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Or we've got to comply because with what's going on, we've just got to be at peace with our restrictions because something else is being sorted out. It's about the community, isn't it? We've got willingness and choose something easier. Be willing to choose something easier. This is that energy of don't get sucked up in the overthinking today. Ruminating, all of that. Choose to do something easier, something like, I don't know, sorting out that your plastic container cupboard in your kitchen, that kind of thing. Just something really simple. Choose something easier. Be willing to choose something easier. Now, for some, this could be, you could get, if you've got a business, especially, or if you've got a job, any kind of work, you could sort something out today in that. That could be a really good thing to do to make your life easier in your work or in your business. It's so interesting because I did my personal weekly read for myself for this week. It said, look, take a look at your website again and get rid of the things that you don't really want to do. Because even though in the weekly read I talked about breakthrough sessions and people are wanting to book in for them now, if people book in for them, and people are booking in for them, it really disrupts my schedule. I don't really have time for them anymore. It's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, I love doing them, but it's not the easiest thing to fit into my schedule now. That's why they're so expensive. But even so, it's not worth the money for me because I'm busy. So I've got that, and it's interesting that I mentioned them just to hit the point home with me that I do need to get rid of those now and not make them available anymore. It's that kind of thing. We can get busy today in choosing something easier. Be willing to make life easier, especially in business. I mean, your business can't go to the next level if it's not easy, if it's full. Got to make space for everything, right? And that's being the emperor too. I'm renting a room in Washington State, and a Chinese lady's been trying to get home to China all year. Flights keep getting cancelled. Yeah, it's not so easy, eh? I'm glad I'm not even trying. But yeah, they're trying. They're trying to get back. After living in Phuket, I had a business in Phuket for 7 years or something. Obviously, that's gone down the pan, and they want to go back to Australia. They want to go and live where I used to live, which is very interesting. The energies that we attract. Ooh. Yeah, I've got really interesting attraction energy at the moment. Really amazing people coming into my life. I've got abundance and surrender today as well. Oh, these green cards. There you go. Abundance and surrender. Yeah, the pursuit of abundance today might not be the best. Just because I feel like the energies of the day, everyone's going to be caught up in the minds. A lot of people will be. Anyway, so the pursuit of abundance, you can just let it go. I mean, just let it go. It's going to flow. Melinda, I'm seeing a new rheumatologist because I'm having a hard time walking. Oh dear. I'm hoping I won't have to be in a wheelchair for too long. You're in Australia, Horseyham. Whereabouts are you? We're under stage 4 restrictions. I don't know what stage 4 is. It doesn't make sense to other countries. But yeah. I'm glad I'm not in Australia. I'm glad I don't need to go back to Australia. Got a cheap flight to New York. Yeah, within countries it's a bit easier, isn't it? We can fly within this country too. Just not anywhere else. Not out. So let go of the abundance. Don't pursue it. Don't try and make it happen. You just let go. Abundance just happens, doesn't it? Abundance just happens. I am that in mystery. Yeah, this came up in the daily read. That it could be that things are falling away from your life, like I was saying. It could be that you're doing a job and then suddenly you think, I can't do this anymore, this isn't me. And that when that falls away, you're questioning who you even are anymore. Or it could be like a relationship breakup and you've had so much of your identity based around that. Because we do, don't we? Our identity, we can really attach our identity to relationships and to clubs and groups and communities, to jobs especially. Yeah. But so who we think we are is changing. Could be confronting today to some people, stuff that falls away. Well, who am I without that person? Who am I without that job? Who am I without this connection, kind of thing. But we've got the mystery card out with it too, so there's something beyond that. that's what the daily read kept on saying too. There's something beyond that. There's something better, being led to something better. We've just got to let go today. We've got to let go and go with this and distract ourselves. Same message over and over again. My flight out of California yesterday was cancelled. You're able to get the first one out this morning. Yeah. Crazy times. Okay, who wants a reading? We create our own luck. That's what I called this, because it is actually a lucky day today. It might not feel it, but luck's on your side. But we do create our own luck. We create our own luck by cleaning up our vibration and remaining positive and trusting with the flow and getting in touch with our higher selves. There's lots of ways that we do that. We do create our luck. In Melbourne, not able to go out in the suburb, to stay home by 8. Curfew at 8. We had a curfew. It was at 10 p.m. This was ages ago now. We're just living as normal now. We're the safest place in the world, this island. For COVID, we haven't had it apparently. We did. We had it in February. As everyone did. Phuket did as well. We're talking about it. We don't know that, but yeah, we did. We're all living outside and we're all happy here, so the majority are. There's very few aging people or obese people here. So it didn't really touch us. But yeah, but Melbourne's, it's a winter disease. It's like the flu, isn't it? It's going to be one of those that's more prevalent in the winter. So Melbourne, it's going to be hit. It's going to be the place that's hit in Australia. Just because of that. Okay, Donna. Donna got in first as usual. Fast fingers, Donna. Fast typer. Changes going on for you. Got choose to change and judgment separates, Donna. Changes and not judging it. This is about, say, you know how I was talking about business and stuff, and you have to streamline, you have to let stuff go, like my breakthrough sessions. As much as I love them, I just can't do them. I mean, it was easy for me to do them when I wasn't very busy, but someone was trying to book in for one this morning, like straight after this, and I thought, but I need to go and get my cards, and I need to shoot the video, which takes me quite a while. And so it was like, yeah, when you choose those changes, sometimes you can feel bad about it. That's what this is about, judging, letting something go, especially if it's letting something go that other people are relying on or something that they like. Doesn't matter, you can let it go. So Donna, if you're letting anything go, choosing changes, try not to let that guilt kick in. The energy's contagious. Oh, that's good. Yeah, people say I'm very calming. So just keep choosing those changes, Donna. Don't feel bad about it. Eva. Eva, taking things slowly. My camera's got a lag on it. You're taking things slowly, Eva. You've got grace one step at a time. Grace into the flow. The flow's slower than human beings want it to be. So yeah, slow down. I'm even speaking slow because of this energy. Slow down. See, if human beings were in control of everything, it's like days would be shorter, wouldn't they? The sun would come, then it would go down. And if we managed to control everything, it would be so super fast. But we need to slow down. Hey, Jennifer. So yeah, the flow is slower than you're wanting it to be. So slow yourself down. Belinda. Ooh, you got some talking to do, Belinda. To let something go, you need to talk to them. Sometimes we just need to speak out, right? Say our piece, let something go. Especially if you're ruminating, thinking, overthinking things. Stuff's going around in your head. That's a sure sign that you've got to speak something out. You've got to tell something to someone. That's going to help you let it go. It's not about them knowing what it is that you want to say. It's about you releasing it out of you, so it's not going around and around in your mind anymore. You got to talk to somebody, Belinda. Something that's been going around and around in your mind. Chris, you're asking your higher self to give guidance about this guy you're interested in. Slow down. Yeah, slow down. Patience. Ugh. Chris. Ooh, innocent and passion. You've got this redirection going on at the moment, Chris. It's like your higher self is changing a lot of different things in your life, or getting you ready for that. Planting a lot of ideas in your head so that you're changing your energy ready for it. It's like lots of options put in front of you, but none of them working out because they're just a piece of the puzzle. It's like, well, how about this? The universe is like, how about this? And how about that? And how about this? And you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll have that. The universe is like, no, you're not having it. Just look at it because it's a part of the puzzle. It's that kind of thing. You suck up patience, Eva. I think we all do. Apparently Taurus is supposed to be the most patient sign. Well, I wouldn't like to be everyone else then. Yeah, so Chris, you're innocent, you're being redirected, but that's the image that I'm getting, is that the universe is putting this in front of you and that in front of you, and it's like, hey, do you like this mug? It's like, no, you can't have it, Chris, but I wanted you to see that mug and pay attention to it. Like, do you like this? No, you can't have it, Chris, but I wanted you to pay attention to it. It's that kind of thing. You're being led on a merry dance forward. You're innocent in that, but it's leading you to passions. Life has been a whirlwind. Yeah, you've got big change going on at the moment. Everything thrown up in the air, kind of thing. Robin. Robin's next. Got new cards, Robin. Ooh. You got blame and peace. You're being blamed for something, or you will be today. So whatever this breakup thing that's going on, not necessarily a relationship breakup, it could be you breaking up with work or something like that. There's something that we're realizing today, the owl spirit, something we're realizing, something you're realizing and letting go of. Then you're going to get the blame for it. So somebody else might not want you to leave your job, or whatever it is that you want to break up with. Someone won't want you to do that, and they're going to blame you for it, and you've got to be at peace for shouldering that blame. It's like, okay, you don't need to take it on like as a heavy emotional burden, but you can say, okay, yeah, it's my decision, I take the blame for it, it's my decision, but I'm still doing it anyway. That kind of thing. Be at peace with it, own it. This energy, be the emperor about it, own it. Robin. Lisa is next. Flowing and wait. The flow is slow. The flow is slower than you want it to be. That's why you're having to wait for things. So slow your energy down. And so if you find you're wanting things to change and move fast, and you want to move forward, and it's kind of that pushing, rushing energy inside of you, if you've got that energy, it means that you're not trusting in the universe. It means that you're not aligned with the universe, because the universe's flow is slower than that. So slow yourself down. It is flowing, but you gotta wait. That's you, Lisa. Horsey ham. Christiane. Just looking for your name then. Christiane Horsey ham. You next. I did too many push-ups, yeah, now my neck's a bit sore. Okay. Christiane, you got guidance and release guilt. This is telling me that you already had some guidance. Maybe it was the reading that I did for you. You already had some guidance about guilt. This is your higher self saying, have you done that yet? Have you released it? The answer is no. Maybe look back at your reading. That's the good thing about written readings, right? Is that you can read them again. There's something there about guilt that you didn't notice. Read it again and face that again. So it could be that something that comes up today is reminding you of it too. You've already had the guidance about it. You need to still release that guilt and be okay about it. Get to the point where you're okay about it, whatever it is. Jennifer. Jennifer's next. Not everyone agrees with me when I choose to make changes, and that's okay. Yeah. I always need to follow my intuition, right? And when you do, it works out, doesn't it? And all the naysayers, all the people that were kind of in resistance of that, it's like, well, you can be in resistance all you like, but it's working for me. It's working great for me. So, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It is weird. Because, I don't know, I'm just trying to think if I do have opinions about other people's stuff. I don't know, I seem to be very focused on myself at the moment. Okay, Jennifer. Have a good time and cleanse. You're holding yourself back from having a good time. Why? Why so serious, Jennifer? Maybe you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're not lightening up. It's tricky, this energy, because when you're in that seriousness and you're not having a good time, just like the fastness is not in alignment with the slowness of the universe. You're not in alignment with the universe when you're not having a good time, because when you're having a good time, that's when your higher self can lead you forward, because you're choosing the things that feel good to you, the people that feel good to you, the actions that feel good to you. So you've got something about seriousness or something like that, something that's stopping you from having a good time, and that's what you need to let go of and heal. Should have got a biggest block reading at the weekend. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. You've got a block and it's about having a good time. Hey Rose. Rose is next. That energy began yesterday, but I felt like it was going to be with me for a couple of days. Could well be. Been meditating a lot to keep my own integrity. Yeah. Universe is a big tease, Chris. It is. And it's so slow. Rose. Oh. You got the cards of the day, really. This is what it's all about. Challenging intimacy. It's difficult. Trickiness. This could be anything. It could be like family, friends, romantic relationships, but they're tricky today, especially when you've got a different idea than someone else. Different opinion. It's okay. Like, we're not meant to be the same, right? And we're not meant to all be aligned with each other all exactly at the same time. We're supposed to be different. So, yeah. Challenging relationships for you, Rose. The closest ones are the most challenging, right? You did lots of sit-ups last night. Yeah, it really got to my neck, because I had a couple of days off, I think, and then punished me again. Told him I'm not doing that crouchy walk thing again because it wrecked my knee. He was very apologetic the whole time about that. I told him, you hurt my knee. I didn't hurt my knee, you hurt my knee. Gotta be careful. The flow is slow, but they tell me to do specific things and I absolutely always do what they say. Yeah, then hit a wall. Oh, you hit a wall. What with your energy, Lisa? How are you hitting a wall? Do you put too much energy into it, maybe? Maybe you need to be in the receiving energy more. It could be that you're putting too much into it. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. I'm going to get a couple of cards out for myself as well. Did I do everybody? I think I did. I have got my daily cards out, but I want more. Yeah, this was my daily card yesterday. I'm love, trust myself. Okay. I'm the same. I'm wanting things to speed up. I'm bored of waiting. I want things to speed up, but they're not, because there's stuff going on. Let's get something else out. These ones. Kept on seeing this beautiful design in the camera there. For some reason the stars were shining out to me. Stars. I've seen stars for some reason in this. That's funny. The card came out straight away and it's the Pillar of Light. It says, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You are the oracle. Raising vibrations, yeah. It's not always comfortable. It'd be nice if it was, but it's not. Because there's a lot of letting go to do when we do. When we raise our vibration, we've got to let go of everything that isn't a match to that anymore. And it can be shocking when it happens, when we realise, when we do this, we have that owl moment and we're like, oh, now I realise it too. Now I realise this isn't in alignment with me. And then we've got to do the emotional clear up from that, because we're human beings, so we attach emotionally for security. That's how our ego gets security, by emotional attachment. You see it in kids, right? You know, when you have a baby, they're just a part of you. They don't see that they don't feel that they're separate than you until a certain point, yeah? And at that certain point, that's when those growing pains happen. The terrible twos is when they're detaching from you and they're finding who they are, and we all go through that. We all go through the terrible twos whenever we're raising our vibration, because it's exactly the same process. Hopefully we're not as bratty about it, but we are bratty about it, yeah? And so that's what happens is when we're raising our vibration, we go through the terrible twos, because we've got to detach from those attachments. So we're attached to our mums, we think we're a part of her, and then when we realise we're not, we've got to... It's a battle with the ego, really. Wow. 3 more cards here. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Yeah, self-love today for sure. Putting ourselves first and loving ourselves. We also got share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So some of these things that are going around in your head today do need speaking out. We didn't need to actually say them to get them out of your head, instead of just trying to deal with it inside of yourself. So if you're ruminating over something, you could be trying to meditate, you could be getting out into nature, you could be doing everything that you possibly can to get yourself out of that rumination, when the only thing that's going to work is actually speaking it out, or writing it down too. Coming out of that cave, coming out of hiding and speaking out. Take a break as well. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Slow down. Take a break. Bored of waiting. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world now, right there. So it's not really surprising, is it, that we're waiting, because there is a lot, especially around the Divine Masculine. I mean, wow. We've been stuck in that shadow side of the masculine, not the Divine Masculine at all, the shadow side of the masculine for so long. Trying to break free of it all the time. And it's really shifting now. But everyone's going to be a brat. Everyone's going to be terrible twos. Because as much as we don't like it, that shadow side of the masculine, what else is there? What is the Divine Masculine? Does anybody know? Has anyone ever experienced that? So our egos are attached to the shadow side of the masculine. We're attached to it because, it's our mum. That's what we're used to. It's not comfortable, but it's our comfort zone. It's an uncomfort zone. Long story, I think I'll reach out for a private read after this. Not very in the flow. Need to find your way back. Yeah. Speaking about it. Journaling can be a good thing as well. But you'd be amazed the difference it makes. I might have told you before, I used to be a neurotherapist, which is an EEG biofeedback kind of therapist. So I used to have people with electrodes on their heads. It'd be listening to that EEG, so that's the electrical activity in the brain. And so I'd have like a computer screen there. And they'd be playing a game or listening to sounds or something, so their brain would be playing the game and it would be training their brain to produce better EEG. But on my therapist screen, I would see the brain waves and stuff. And one day, and they sat right next to me, right, because these two computers got to be linked up together. They sat right next to me, and I'm looking at this EEG, and this woman, her EEG was like high beta. It was a mess. It was like someone that is about to panic or is in panic mode or is really stressed out. That's what the EEG was about. And there she is. She's just sat there with her hands on her knee looking at the screen, looking calm. And I'm like, what? What's going on? What's going on? Because she looks so calm, but her EEG, it'd be like someone sat there really chilled out with the smile on their face. You take the blood pressure and it's through the roof, and you'd be like, what? This isn't a match. It's not a match. How come? Anyway, so I was confused for a long time. I'm like, how can she be in a panic state and just be sat there like that, not expressing it, right? And then she said, eventually she spoke up. She said, can you put something on the window? The glare from the sun is disrupting me or something. As soon as she said that, her EEG changed. The panic all left. So that whole time, I don't know, it's about half an hour too, that whole time she'd been in a super stressed state. And we don't even realise that. I didn't realise until that moment that she'd held that in and not expressed it, and how much it was stressing her out not to express it. So when we hold these things in and they're going around and around in our minds, wrecking ourselves, like that really is a really stressed state to be in when you've got a lot of high beta in your brain like that. Very, very stressed state to be in. And what do? We just sit there with a smile on our face, putting up with it instead of expressing it. But the instant she said it, I hadn't even done anything about it yet, but the instant she said it, that's when her EEG got good again. She dropped out of that really stressed state. So while she was in that stressed state, it would have been wrecking her body, all of this, it would be wrecking her immune system. So you've got to speak it out or write it down or get it out somehow. It's very powerful to do that. You had EEG once. You couldn't fall asleep. Yeah, there is one treatment that I used to do. I used to do it on myself, that one. For post-traumatic stress disorder, it's good for. It depends how far you are in the trauma. I couldn't do it at first. It took me quite some time to be able to relax into it too. My ego defenses were up so much that I wouldn't even let that work. My ego was so much in fear of it. But yeah, I treated some people that had an interesting experience. So it's a treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder using noises. So you've got the electrodes on your head and you're laying down as if you're going to sleep, just relaxing. And then the noises change, and it takes you through the falling asleep, waking up cycle over and over again, so that you have a lot of dream, so that your mind can process things in the dream state. So it's like having a lot of night's sleep. Because if you don't know, when you're falling asleep and when you're waking up, that's when you're dreaming. So it's only about 2 seconds that it happens. feels like about half an hour, but it's not. It's about 2 seconds, and it's only when you're falling asleep, and it's only when you're waking up. So this treatment just has you falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep many, many, many times over so that your mind can process. So that's why it's so good for post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't have to do it cognitively, you can do it in a dream state. Anyway, I was treating this guy with that. And he had no noticeable trauma that he remembered going into it. Like, he didn't think that he needed this treatment, which is the best. You know, when people don't realise that they're traumatised, they're the ones that can really benefit from that kind of thing, because trauma can come up easy and they can sort it out. So he came out of it, and he was like, wow. He's like, what happened was I was slammed on this gym floor, and I was slammed on this gym floor, and he said straight away I felt really emotional about it. I'm face down on this floor and I'm really emotional about it. And so as he was processing it in this dream state, it was an experience that he'd had when he was a kid, a teenager I think, at school, and they were teaching about the power of the mind and stuff over the body. And you know that trust exercise where your body can go stiff as a board, and then they pick you up by your shoulders and your ankles. Well, he wanted to impress the teacher so much that he pretended that he was in this kind of hypnotized state, and then did that, and his muscles of course couldn't hold him, and he ended up slamming on the floor, and he'd completely forgotten about that. And that's what post-traumatic stress disorder does, right? It's things that we can't deal with, locks it away. So interesting. You don't remember what the treatment was for? Yeah, it can be for many things. It's for a lot of neurological or psychological disorders. It's really good. Your 11-year-old has PTSD. I do. It's so exhausting. Yeah, when you get him to talk more, his character changes. It does help. Amy, do you want to read it? Yeah. Amy. So you've got completion and touch here, Amy. It's like a journey is over. Someone that touched your life, or something that touched your life, something that's been important to you, or someone that's important to you, it's over now. That they have touched your life. They no longer need to be in your life because they've delivered whatever message they came to deliver in your life. It's over now. So yeah, very much what I was talking about. We have these emotional attachments, especially when it's been good for us. But it's time to move on to a new path now. There will be other people that touch your life too. You can make space for that. So you don't need to cling on to someone or something that has been good for you, that has touched your life. You don't need to cling. There you go. Thanks everyone for coming along. Always good to see you. Yeah, if you want a private reading, you know where to find me, behealing.com. I'm going to be doing that pick a card read today. I don't even know what I'm doing it on yet, but maybe I'll get an idea when I play with my new cards. And I should be here tomorrow, so I'll see you all tomorrow if you want to come to Psychic Cafe again. If not, thank you so much for your support with my channel and all of that. A friend. Yeah, I was really picking that up for today, Amy, is that a lot of it is about friendships that need to be let go now. Especially, you know, if you've watched the weekly reads, we're moving into this time, especially this week, of collaborations. We've got to be around the right people. We can't do that around the wrong people. So, yeah. Have a good day, everybody, or night, whatever it is, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.